All right, so here we are again, episode 2, Sons of Gold. I'm Arthur Perkins. This is APGamingREAL. If you're interested in watching the faction turn for January to February 3200, it's now on YouTube. Super short, nothing of significance happens. Next turn should be way more interesting, but also note it's full of spoilers. That's it. That's my only warning. So let's do some intros. Virgil, you got news, man. You got some exciting stuff happening for you. How's it
Yeah,
going?
it's going good. I'm going to be doing some audio work, some live stuff for like a band at like a big thing and everything with a well-known audio engineer. Um, and it's actually a paying gig, which is a big deal in the music industry. Uh, so I'm really excited. Because I'm going to learn a lot, and if I do well, I'll have a lot of opportunities coming out of it. So yeah, very exciting stuff. And other than that, just been playing a lot of guitar lately, which is fun. Um, and if you want to hear some of my guitar playings, you can always go to my SoundCloud, which is soundcloud.com/Zircon5, and check out my tunes.
Sid?
The past 48 hours since we last saw each other, the world has ended and started again multiple times. It's been an interesting ride. Actually, no, things have been going pretty well. All things considered, I've been going back through the analytics of my channel the past couple of days, and what I've been seeing is exceptionally depressing, but I'm not going to let that get me down because in the end, I'm still coming out ahead. I'm just not coming out as ahead as I probably should be. But yeah, like I said on Thursday, I did get I got a pass to go to the Game Developer Conference coming up in March here next month. That's down in San Francisco. So I am in the process of lining everything up and getting all the maths mathed
Tell me when. We
to
should have a
go to
beer.
that. I think it's on the 21st. Game Developer. Oh, I emptied my. I dumped everything in here. Yeah, starts Monday on March 19th and goes through Friday, March 23rd. I'm planning on showing up there like that Sunday, and then I'll probably be leaving again that Saturday. So I'll be there the whole week. Should be very interesting. I'm going through and picking out what game developers I want to, whose booths I want to visit, conferences I actually want to pay attention to, other conferences that I don't care about, that sort of thing. So it should be pretty interesting and exceptionally expensive for me to do this, but it's a good networking opportunity. So I'm really excited. Plus, I'll kind of use it as sort of a pseudo working vacation. And I've never really gone on an actual vacation before. So this will be the closest thing I've ever had to it in my life. So yeah. So we'll see how that pans out.
I would just love to see like a shady developer booth, and you're like approaching, and they just have like a ready tarp to like throw over the whole thing. They're like, "Sit down, but just cut it, just cut it."
That would be amazing.
That would be
love that.
That would be like a huge like up on your like pride level. It'd be like they know who I am.
That's
They're
right.
worried.
Live in fear.
I mean, they should be worried.
Yeah, there's, of course, there's going to be a lot of larger developers there and larger companies, NVIDIA, AMD, Epic Games, all sorts of craziness. So this is one of the larger conferences of the year for game developers, and this is when they're going to be trotting out a lot of new VR stuff this year. So I'll be interested in taking a look at all that. But other than that, yeah, I actually had a video that I recorded this morning, and I haven't gotten around to finish editing it yet. So I do need to do that at some point tonight. And yeah, diet is still dieting, and the pounds are still dropping. So things are still happening. That's all I got.
I feel like things are still happening is something you can just say.
Things are still happening
at any point.
I mean, unless nothing's happening, and then
eventual heat death of the universe. Let's like keep a broad spectrum
exactly.
of what's going to go down eventually will be nothing.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. I can't Can't argue with it.
All right, Kelsa, just let's do your intro.
My intro is about a dog.
Of course.
This is a teeny tiny dog. Her name is Mariposa, and she is really adorable. And she's our dog now. She's just super adorable. She still hasn't quite settled in yet because we've only had her for a week. But she is a really sweet dog that demands a lot of love. So, adjusting to new dog is pretty much all I've done over the past week. It's been good though. It's been real good. So I'm looking forward to some space adventures and maybe making a profitable sale this time. All right, Pupper, you can.
It'll never happen.
Yeah, that doesn't sound likely.
I mean, it could happen.
I mean, you're in a game where I am. That means the rolls are always going to be just terrible.
Aren't you like an expert though, and you can re-roll once? Maybe we
Yeah,
save
that is
that
true.
up
Make
for like
sure
a good
that you do
deal.
that. Yeah. That's a powerful power.
That is the thing.
Speaking of a powerful power, someone pointed out that your ability to avoid piloting checks only counts for drill jumps.
Thanks YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Thanks YouTube.
Well, that's
Appreciate all the
I mean,
corrections to our misplays that we were having that were like really just
I could have made
getting
it
in
out.
the way of all the storytelling and everything, and we got to get that straight so that we don't die in space.
Listen,
That's right. You have
Virgil,
to die in a warehouse.
if you think one person,
Warehouse deaths.
if you think one person saying something's bad, let me tell you about BattleTech.
Oh, I don't go.
There are
look at the
times
BattleTech.
where we've got like a 3-month-old episode and people are correcting my mistakes, and I'm like, yeah, someone already corrected them in like episode 2, 5, and 8. So
Yeah, Barack Obama was president when we were playing this, so your corrections aren't helpful. No, we do appreciate those little pointers, but more if they're in my favor, guys.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
really pay
Come on.
attention if I'm
Work
missing some
with us.
damage bonuses or something. Add that up
Work
for me.
with us, help me to help you, that kind of thing.
people were really
Mhm.
excited to see you die.
I'm sure. Yeah, that's an extremely common
At least
thing,
one
is people
person
want
was
to
like,
see me
"What?"
die.
I thought people were a little bit stressed out when I was about to die. Everyone seemed a bit iffy about the situation.
At least one person was like, it's not likely that there would be a psychic who can bring him back. And I'm just like, it's a big universe,
yeah.
People would pay a lot of money to have psychic medics on pay, which is why most planets do have a psychic medic on pay.
I mean, if they can find one.
Yeah, to pay large piles of money
And
to
if
come back
you
to
can
life.
get a death ball dealer in your pocket, that's something
You mean
get.
a knife ball?
I mean, knife ball, yeah. I mean, a knife ball dealer is like, way more rare than some like psychic, right?
I feel like your character now is the Death Stick guy from Star Wars.
You want some knife balls?
Hopefully, at some point, you'll go home and rethink your life.
No.
I mean, first he needs a home, so we need to like have more time on the ship until you really belong there.
Or like somehow get unbanned from my home planet.
That doesn't sound likely.
I feel like this is a common theme that we have about being banned from our home planets.
I mean, we'll see how many planets you guys open fire on.
I didn't make that call.
Look, calls and judgments have to be
This is why
made.
you're the captain, so I can blame it all on you.
Yeah, I know. I'm the one that has to make up the excuses for everyone's actions.
Insane unbraked AI that can basically reform its body.
Yeah, I tried to lie. They saw right through me.
Sorry.
Arthur, where does our camera bring us?
Wow.
Bring me in.
All right. Okay.
Envelop me in your story.
This happened. This happened on Okeanos as well, where I was like, let's check in with all the players, and then I don't get to do my own intro, and everyone forgets about me. No, it's fine, Virgil.
You can just scroll down a little bit.
No,
if you just scroll down, guys. Drive through RPG affiliate link.
It's
free tabletop RPGs a week.
let's just
Community
go ahead and
rules
get
down
started,
there, guys. Check those out.
So
YouTube links, Patreon.
We come into the episode with like a sports announcer who's just like, and in the latest Gravity Wall news, the crew of the St. Petersburg is facing off against the Arcturus Station Maulers. And we slowly pan out from that broadcast to see that it's like this half-broken tube television set sitting next to a ramen noodle stand. And it keeps zooming out to show Juan Diego and Dean Fairless standing in front of the compound surrounding a massive bulk freighter that has forcibly been landed onto the planet. It just has a big O painted on it to indicate it's a part of the O faction, one of the warlords on this world where, unfortunately, your engineer has been kidnapped.
Does the O stand for anything? Have they
No,
acronymed that yet?
Nope,
or?
It's literally the name of the warlord is just O. One letter.
Letter O or the number
It's
0?
short
letter
for
O.
ocean.
Oh man, I mean, I'm not surprised he's a warlord. If I had to name that bad,
It's not even the warlord formerly known as O.
Nope. So in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, it says, is it really? February 6th, 3200, Planet VRQ, System Syzax, compound of the O faction. So the two of you are just like standing in this muddy marketplace that's dramatically different than the walled off compound that you're standing in front of. Inside the compound, there are numerous people wearing like fatigues, mismatched uniforms, clothing from at least 4 different planets, styles, textures, textiles. There's no real unifying thing about them except that they're all carrying either a gun or some form of axe. None of them have laser-based weaponry. It's all like everything from AK-47s to muskets. And as far up as like monofilament axes down to just some hatchet that someone picked up somewhere.
That is quite a range of weaponry.
There are several guards standing at the wrought iron gate watching you, but they make no attempt to stop you from entering the compound if you would like to go in.
All right, I'm giving them a look over though. All these O's, I mean, are they pretty grumpy looking characters? Is this like a rough ragtag group, or are they, just Cheerios?
Oh, they definitely look like they're down on their luck kind of deal. It's a slave-holding planet, and they're one of the top slaveholders, and so there's a lot of, like, we're tough dudes going on.
Is this faction large enough that we might have heard of it before?
Yes, definitely. They're currently one of the largest factions on the planet.
Okay. What else do we know about them? Like, is the warlord particularly ruthless?
Unless you want to make a connect roll, the only thing that they're particularly famous for is trading in people at an extremely fast rate. They go after foreigners on the planet and then sell them to other factions for their technical skills.
Gotcha. So basically, they're probably going to try to sell him into slavery.
Yes.
Probably. Yeah, I think like when we get into sight of this, like this is where we realize this is where we're going. But before we're close enough that the guards could overhear us, Juan Diego is going to turn to Dean and be like, "I don't like this, but worst case, we may be able to buy him back."
Well, he's probably going to be expensive. What do you think? I mean, is it like finders keepers around here, or is there some way we can claim him back? I mean, he's registered a member of the ship, yeah.
Is there any way we can claim him back or anything like that?
I mean, who are you going to go to? The local.
I go to the ramen guy. Hey, like, if someone takes our buddy, where do we get him back from, eh?
All right, so yeah, it's steamy and it's hot. It smells like salty broth. The guy's moving through orders very quickly as his ramen stand is very popular, and he's just like, you want something, you have to pay for it.
Oh, I already pay him like a salary, eh? So like he's fully paid up.
Well, like, you had his attention until you started talking, and then he moves on to people who are actually buying things. I feel like you probably get like pushed from behind by someone who's there to order noodles.
Did I get the impression that that was his answer, was that you're going to need to pay for him, or that he was asking us to pay him a bribe for him?
This is the bartender asking for money for information.
Yeah. I definitely think that Juan Diego would like step forward and slide over some credits.
How many credits?
How many do I have? Shit.
How much is a ramen?
10.
A ramen
that's
is
good. It's a good question.
A ramen is 5.
Okay. Yeah. All right, 20.
All right. He stops taking orders for a second and says, "You have 2 minutes."
Well, he's about this tall, eh? And he's, I'd like give him a brief description. And we're pretty sure he went in there, but that's where they've been taking the slaves, yeah? Like, he's not supposed to be a slave, is the thing.
So yeah, he cracks his neck and says, "I saw someone about that height got taken in black-bagged earlier."
Oh, so...
Happens all the time around here. Foolish locals go around not watching their back.
So if we like go and ask for him back, are they gonna give him back? Like, Katja, now you got to give him back, eh? Or is that not how it goes?
That's he just gives you a blank stare, just like, no, that's. They'll probably ask you to pay for him. Maybe they'll cut you a deal.
All right. Well, I appreciate your help. Yeah, so these people are just walking in and out of there freely, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, like...
Let's go in, eh?
All right.
So as the two of you turn away from the noodle stand and head into the compound, we cut to Jonas Allers, who is tied to a chair now, and also handcuffed to a table. Your question last episode was whether or not you've been relieved of your weapon. The answer to that is yes. You're in like a rusted out interrogation room that's definitely seen better days. Like when the ship was flying, it might have been safe to have been in this room. Now it feels like if you were to fall over sideways, you might scratch something on the floor and get tetanus. There's holes all over the place. People have patched this room with just even shittier scrap metal, or in some cases just like a styrofoam that's been nailed to the wall. The port door opens, and in steps a 9-foot-tall black lizard man. You might have heard of these before. They're the only alien race in the sector. They're called the Kargoth. You've never seen a black one before. They're almost all, their entire race is afflicted with a kind of albinism. He's wearing a flak jacket and like loose silk hammer pants and has a maul on his back. And he says, "No need to stand up on my regard."
Oh no, I was actually quite comfortable. Thank you.
Good, good. His tail curls behind him and forms into like a chair for the rest of him to sit on as he moves across from you and says, "So, I understand you're something of a technical expert."
I've been accused of that a time or two. Not sure if it'd stick or not.
Mr. Allers, you'll be working for us now. The longer it takes for you to get adjusted to your new life, the more it will hurt.
I already have a job, though.
Yes, you do. You work for whoever I tell you to.
And if I somehow disagree with this assertion,
I
What
see
then?
that you're slow on the uptake,
usually, yeah,
and a smartass as well.
usually, yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Allers.
Oh, by all means.
Do you feel that there's
Go
some
slow.
way out of this situation? Tied to a chair, handcuffed to a desk, on a planet that's not yours, inside of a faction where we are known for slave taking? Do you hear about people escaping from such situations very often? I'd hope not, because it'd be bad for my reputation.
I could certainly understand how that would be troubling for you. Right this moment, I'd have to say no, but you never know where the winds of fate may take you.
Normally, Mr. Allers. Jonas, can I call you Jonas?
Oh, of course.
All right, Joe. I would have someone come in here and beat you for a few hours before we'd starve you or whatever, but you're like my new favorite pet. I'm hoping to pamper you for a little while, and maybe you'll come around to realize it's not so bad working for me. But that's only going to last for 2 or 3 days, and then the pain's going to start. So I suggest you think carefully about your new position in life.
Does this pampering include grapes?
What is it with you humans? You never understand your place in the social order. You're all so thirsty.
Well, we're funny creatures like that. Advancement and opportunity, you know.
You are quite humorous from time to time,
I do my best.
but not for the reasons you think.
That's a shame.
I have other business to attend to, Joe.
Oh, by all means, don't let me keep you. I was just admiring the fine decor.
I have this feeling that we're going to have to beat the smartass out of you. Please
I feel like
prove
that
me
probably
wrong.
won't ever happen.
So
Not the beating part, but the beating it out of me part. Yeah, I don't think that'll happen.
he doesn't exactly stand up. His tail pushes him into an upright position, and then he waddles over to the door and togs it closed. And that's when we cut to Dean and Juan. You're inside the compound now. There's numerous small like camps that are set up. It looks like there's sub-factions within this faction. There's no real organization, so people just sleep or eat or work wherever outside the ship. But the closer you get to the ship, the more security there is. It starts getting to be like the people with guns are replaced by people with, machine guns.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So-
the machine guns are then just get rid of the people completely and carry other small guns.
That's
Uh,
not how this works.
that's where we're headed, though. We're headed into
Okay.
the deepest,
Yeah.
thickest gun area.
All right,
'Cause
yeah,
that's where
we
they'll
get
have
you
him.
as you guys cross this muddy field. the stench of unwashed bodies and just horrifying humanity starts to get stronger. You can see part of the engine block of the ship is open, and that's where slaveholding pens are. And there's just people locked in cages at the backside of the ship, being viewed by the general public who have entered this area. You're heading midsection of the ship, where a massive cargo bay door has been locked in a downward position. 2 guards with rifles stop you at the base of this platform and are just like, Captain?
Yeah, I've got a missing persons, one of my crew members, so I just need to get inside, take a look around until I can find him. Oh, you need it.
So
We'll help them make a deal.
yeah, one of the guards, just the second guard, starts laughing. And the first one rolls his eyes and is like, right, a deal. Good, good. You're here to pick up Owlers, right?
Just like up nod.
Yeah. We heard you guys might be coming. He gestures inside the ship and says,
Now, I'm a
Warlord's
little
waiting to
bit-
speak with you.
Yeah, okay.
Remember to
I do-
be
I-
respectful.
Definitely
Alright.
like pop the collar of his leather jacket.
He's got like a preferred thing you call him, like boss or big guy or anything.
You can call him O.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
Let's go.
As you enter the ship, it's pretty clear where the warlord is. They've turned what once was a cargo bay into like a throne room / government center, and there's a dragon's nest of treasure where this black lizard man, dressed in a flak jacket and hammer pants, is nesting, curled up in a pile of broken electronics and gold coins.
Well, that's a pretty good look, actually.
People are approaching this location, but like uniformed guards with like a red badge on their collar. These are the first guys that have like actual matching uniforms. Whenever somebody gets close, they'll like bump them back with a rifle, and just be like, "No, Warlord's sleeping right now." One of these such guards notices Dean and Juan enter and like waves you over from across the room.
Well, I don't think that's good. They know. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, we'll go.
All right, you are allowed past the VIP line. Warlord O is like a small sleeping lizard. Despite being 9 feet tall, he's curled himself into just the tiniest ball possible.
I'm like a little kitty. On the way there, after we get waved over, I'm just like to like people around. I'm like, oh, just going to see the big boss there. You know, they're just letting me through. You know, watch out, we're pretty important. Just trying to spread it around that you know, we're a bit above, cut above the rest.
Interesting. Can you make a talk roll real quick?
Sure.
Throwing out a bit of swagger.
The talk is based on what? I'm guessing, or charisma.
Charisma.
My charisma's great. Okay. Assisted, no.
Oh.
A natural 4 doesn't.
Yeah,
help. Yeah.
So here's what happens. You're talking yourself up about how much of a big guy you are, and everybody just ignores you and is like, "Who's that guy? What a loser."
Yeah, I'm like, I'm fairly disappointed that no one like is you know, giving me like the
No. One guy will step in your path and just be like, "Oh, I heard of you, right? They call you Star-Lord, legendary outlaw.
No, actually, I'm not sure that's the unless.
Oh, well,
mean-
no, I don't care anymore then. I've been looking for Star-Lord a long time. He killed my father.
Oh no, yeah, that's definitely not me. I mean, I wouldn't stoop so low as to.
He starts launching into a tragic backstory while you're stuck
It's
there talking to him.
going.
I'm like, it's good story, but I don't think I can get you through. I mean, I got a +1 already, and
Are you well? All right. He's gonna keep trying to move in front of you to keep you from going forward while you listen to his story.
Can I get past him?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Then yeah, I'll just kind of like pat Dean on the back as I walk past, and just
Just abandon him. Okay.
Yeah.
no, I give her the secret signal where you do the thing where you kneel down behind the person, and then.
What does that secret signal look like?
I do like a little crouching man with my fingers, like.
That seems like it'd be really easy to interpret.
No, I just go, oh, my hand. It's hardening. And then, no, I don't think she's going to do it because she's not looking at me.
Not going to. He's already moved on and is way past you.
What about you, Captain?
What I will do is I'll be like, oh my gosh, is that Star-Lord?
He turns immediately. He's like, Star-Lord. He turns back and he's just like, damn it. Tricked again. That's the third time that's been used on me today.
Yeah.
Eventually, we find the two of you standing over this lizard man, the Kargoth. He opens an eye slowly, and a second membrane like blinks horizontally rather than vertically, and he says, "So, you're here for Joe."
If you mean Jonas Allers, then yes.
Yes. Well, you've got quite a deadline. You have 36 hours before that man shows up on planet. Captain Rusty Rod. He's
And what are
looking
you
for you.
What are you asking for him?
Oh, I've got no business with that man.
Look, we all know you're after the knife balls. Cut the bullshit, eh?
The what?
What?
Jonas Allers is a very valuable man on this planet. He has the technical skills and know-how to keep electronics working in dangerous and often toxic environments. He will be extremely valuable sell.
No,
I have
I mean,
no
well,
reason to
he's-
give him up.
Well, I mean, honestly, you just take him and then.
Well, all right
and then.
then.
You want him? You want? How much do you want for him? I mean, I already paid him good money to get him on the ship.
He's just like, I'm not going to pay you anything.
No. I mean,
Possession is 100% of the law in my world.
you don't have like some bigger overarching scheme. You just kind of wanted him because he's a good engineer there.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
I thought there was like some treacherous, deep plot of being able to get some information out of us or something.
You read
but
too many human romance novels.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of
Is there-
space.
You can certainly say that he's valuable on planet. But is there something from off planet that you might be interested in? That's a commodity which you don't normally have access to.
I'm one of the few warlords on this planet that has captains at their beck and call. You want Allers back? There's only one thing I need. I need you to kill. Can you do that?
I mean, I'm a ship captain. I'm not an assassin. I mean, what? I can't just be like, oh, sure, I can kill someone, and then you give me a really difficult target. That'll make me look stupid.
Well, then it seems our business is concluded.
No, I'm saying I
can
would do it if it seems reasonable, eh?
I'm curious, what's your threshold for reasonable? And be
Well,
honest, it's often difficult to understand humans in situations like these. You're all so
someone that
warm-blooded.
Well, let's say some guy had like an active bodyguard duty covering them at all
Yes.
times. Yeah.
If this
that's
was going to be easy, my boys would have done it myself.
And then also if it was like a very well-known individual.
Yep, that's exactly what I need.
And then also if it was going to be a situation where there would be active security footage. Yeah, these are kind of all my like check marks that I don't really have practice in is all, you know? I kind of look to Juan Diego like, could you pull this off?
I'd like to hear some more details.
Fine. I've got a rival warlord on planet by the name of Tiberia. Normally I'd starve her out or cut away all her competition because she's got something that I don't that's keeping me from moving in. She's got laser rifle technology. Someone brought in a bunch of pulse blasters. Her men are trained and can use and maintain them. Obviously, I'd like the pulse blasters, but leaving them in somebody else's possession is a serious threat to me.
So are you saying that you need her dead, or you need the pulse blasters?
I need her dead.
Well, look, if she ever flies in a ship, Juan Diego here's best pilot ever, but the thing is, you've got our goddamn gunner all locked up in there.
You're telling me none of you know how to fire a gun on a spaceship?
No, I'm just saying our engineer is also our gunner. And maybe we could rent him back from you during the gig?
So those
How does that
weapons
sound?
on the two of you.
Look, no, I'm saying we can definitely get it done. It's
Captain
not a problem.
Fairless, I was under the impression that you were some sort of big shot. That you were a man that someone could go to when they needed knife balls.
Well, medium shot.
Do you have the knife balls?
I've got the scars to prove it. Where are we going with this? I'm just saying we'll do it. Okay, we'll do what it takes to get our team member back. But I prefer, I mean, as a team, we can. It's you're like breaking us up. You're breaking up the squad there. It's going to be less effective for your goals.
You've got 35 hours because I've already got a buyer for Mr. Allers. One Captain Rusty Rod.
Oh well, shit.
He's not even a local.
He just closes his eye and says, "You think I only sell to locals? I sell to anybody who's got the cash."
Fine. We'll do this for you. And
you humans and your emotional ties, so easily manipulated.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he wasn't so dang good at his job, we'd probably just leave him. But honestly...
If he wasn't so dang good at his job, we wouldn't have taken him.
At least we agree on that point.
All right, so, I suppose you've got some sort of data on your... I mean, it's a rival, so you've got to know some info. You're not sending us out empty-handed, right? You've got a little packet of data for us or something?
His eyes still closed, but one of the guards comes over with, like, it actually looks like a Star Trek data reader from the Next Generation. It's several hundred years older than any tech that you'd use on your ship, and it only holds about as much as a Kindle, rather than being like a full-fledged computer. but
and
it's
you can't
got
read it in direct daylight.
yeah, you can't read it in direct daylight. Fortunately, you're inside the Ori. It's got locations, times, guard numbers, everything they have in general on Tiberia. She lives in a compound about 4 hours outside this settlement and got 20 men in her gang. All of them have the latest pulse blaster technology. She herself doesn't know how to use them, so she gets away with using a string of 6 tomahawks that she places around her body.
That's hot.
Huh. Okay, so that sounds like a suicide mission.
When
Maybe.
you say that, just like, figure it out.
Yeah, well, I guess that's, captain's job. Figure it out.
Listen, I don't care about you being a captain. What's important is that you're a knife ball dealer. A man who can deal in knife balls is a man crazy enough to do this job.
All right, I'll see you in 34 hours.
Besides, aren't you the one that they call the failure arsenal?
Where are all these nicknames coming from?
From the Psychic Council.
Oh. Well, I mean, call me what you will. I mean, when it sticks, there's not much you can do about it, really. And then if you start
Okay, I'll
push
call you
back on a
Dean.
nickname, oh, that's great. Look, you're wasting my time. I've got
Oh my god.
people to kill.
He starts uncoiling from the pile and laughing. Everybody in the room stops and like someone drops a glass. The band stops playing as well. As he just, it's like watching a crocodile thrash in a pile of keyboards.
That's a good image.
You hear like a record player go.
Yeah, and I just turn and leave because, like he said, we got to do this before Rusty Rod shows up.
One Diego gives kind of like a half shrug, half like kind of semi bow, like eh. And then
A shrug curtsy, like
yeah. I mean, he's not gonna curtsy, but anyway, yeah, it's like kind of like a half shrug into like a small head nod acknowledgement of him being a warlord, and then leave.
All right. We cut back to Jonas in his cell. A teenager.
Yeah, did they leave me alone? Or?
Yes, they did.
Excellent.
A teenager opens the door and starts walking towards you with probably like a 3-inch long serrated knife.
Well, that's not a good sign.
What do you do?
Am I tied to the chair? Or?
Yes.
It's not much I can do.
All right. He starts cutting the bindings that are holding you to the chair.
Oh, so you're not here to kill me. Well, that's a bit of a relief. Thank you.
No, your friends have left now. You're allowed to get up, walk around, go around the yard. If you try to escape, they'll shoot you in the legs. Don't need legs to work at a machinery bench.
I am rather fond of my legs. Wait, they came and they left?
Yeah, without you.
They didn't even get proof of life. The worst. Okay. Hi, I'm Jonas. What's your name?
The kid's like turning to leave and stops at the door to tell one of the guards to unhandcuff you. And it's just like, yeah.
Your name is Yeah. Did your parents hate you?
The kid just looks at you with a blank stare and is like,
Must
the
have
name's
hated
not
you.
Yeah. I'm just confused how you can maintain this attitude. I heard that you were going to be trouble.
Of course I am. There's no sense, no reason not to have a good humor about the situation, though. I mean, if I were to get frustrated and angry and upset, what would that serve? Nothing. No.
That's
Besides,
too
you're
bad.
here, you're just trying to do a job, so there's no reason for me to be mean to you.
What a reasonable outlook. The
So
name's
what's your name?
Salmon.
Salmon. See, now obviously your parents probably didn't hate you that much. It's not a bad name.
He stares
Well,
at you for an uncomfortably long time before exiting the room.
cool. So I'm alone now.
Yep. The door's open, and the guard has the keys to your handcuffs.
The door is open, but I'm still cuffed.
Yep. He's gonna uncuff you when you leave. Is the implication?
Oh, I'm leaving the room.
Yeah, you're allowed to go wherever you want inside the compound. You can even leave the ship, but if you try to leave the compound, they'll shoot you in the legs.
Okay. So yeah, I'll go out and I'll start casing the joint.
All
I'm
right.
not going to be looking for obvious avenues of escape. I'm going to be looking for like, oh, this barrel is obviously contains explosive materials.
Of course, you're going to start red painting the barrels for when your allies arrive, so that they know which ones are explosive. All right,
yeah,
make
I'm
a
gonna be
notice roll.
and making note of weaponry and how people are acting to my presence and all that stuff. So this is a what roll?
Notice. It's going to be difficulty of 7.
Ooh, my notice sucks.
Yeah.
Let's see. So this would be
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Ew. Okay.
Nope. You wander around. You don't find any barrels of explosives. You spend so much time looking for explosive barrels. Back on your homeworld of Tarif.
Oh, that one's inflammable. Oh, wait, unflammable. Damn.
On your homeworld of Tarif, explosive barrels are really common because of all the odorous chemicals that cause explosions. It's like oil drilling, right? They siphon off as much of the upper crust, noble gases.
Those good,
so they don't blow
toxic
up.
gases.
Yeah. So they don't blow up beneath the surface. So Tarif is covered in explosive barrels all over the place. Your experience in this spaceship and the compound is that people don't callously leave explosive barrels all over the place.
Where are they putting it all, I wonder?
In fact,
All
it doesn't
right.
look like that anyone has mined explosive gases on this planet. It's weird.
That's really, really strange. All right, so that idea's out. Okay, I guess I'll move on to just, tallying up numbers of people, armaments, weapons, and everything of that sort.
Yeah, it's hard to get a count.
Crap. Well,
It's not that you
do
like. It's not that you don't get a count, right? You get a
like
count.
I realize this is going to take some time, but
Yes.
I have time, so I'm going to spend the time that it takes.
The problem is that with no viable uniform, it's difficult to tell who's a visitor and who is a member of the staff.
Okay.
Let's cut back to Dean and Juan.
So we're like dive bombing her palace in the mother's pearls. What's the ship called? No, we're not doing
Grandma's
that yet.
Lost Opals.
We'll do that later if we need to.
Pearls.
So we look over this data. Does it have any actual like dates of where she'll be going somewhere, where she'll be moving from one place to another?
She basically stays in her compound, according to this. So she's not got a lot of people working for her.
Gas leak.
Yeah. So she's got basically the smallest gang out of any viable warlord. The only thing that sets her apart and makes her special is that they're armed with high-tech weaponry and know how to use and maintain it. she's kind of
So
like an enforcer. Other warlords hire her to go take out other warlords.
does
And then
she
they hire
have-
us to take her out. Where
Yep.
did they get there?
Yeah. Does she have like any
Yeah,
traits
sand thrower trumps
herself?
laser rifle.
Yeah, sand thrower's pretty good.
Like that's such a bad idea.
We're gonna get kicked off this planet again.
Probably.
You're gonna go
No.
to the Hague, which is a space station where they try you for
This
firing weapons on
This
planet.
campaign is going to last as many weeks as there are planets we can reach with our spike drive.
That's generous. We only get kicked off of one planet a week.
We'll see how it goes. I don't want to set expectations.
Okay, so does she accept a lot of or any visitors? Is there like some
She accepts clients for business.
Okay.
But would they be looking to hire like a
I'll tell you what else she
telepath?
accepts. She is known to meet with far traders who bring her weapons. She's always
Alright.
looking to update her tech.
I mean, I mean, they sell it in the toy section, so I don't know if it technically is a weapon.
I mean, knife balls are definitely weapons. You killed yourself with one.
Yeah. I mean, you market them as toys and they sell better. It's just the numbers tell you. So we do have some knife balls. They're very hard to get your hands on, and also once you do get their hands on
with her.
Sorry, what was that?
So could we get an off? Do we think we could get an audience with her as knife ball salesman?
Yes, absolutely.
Brilliant.
Remember, you've already made a roll to sell your knife balls.
I thought we made a roll to sell something else.
Nope,
here.
you made the roll to sell the knife balls.
That was
And
here.
they were only willing to offer you 60,000 for 100,000 for the knife balls. Her offer is on your docket. She's willing to pay you 40,000 for 100,000 worth of knife balls. She underbid pretty hard.
That is pretty hard.
All right, but we don't sell unless
get us an audience with her.
Well, what we do is we say we're not going to sell these to anyone unless we know that they can handle them. We're going to have to watch you juggle 4 knife balls before the sale. That'll take her out for sure. 4.
Is that a message that you really send? It's often difficult to tell
whether
or not you're joking.
At the wall to see if
Just like a knife
goofy
ball.
everyone wants.
And just like a knife ball, it will kill you.
I mean, if you really want to try that, we should definitely bring it up at the meeting. But I mean, I think taking
well, the thing is, we
can get the meeting with her, and when we do, boop, boop, easy.
Well, yeah, it'd be better if we could get the meeting somewhere other than in her like chambers with all her people there and all her defense systems. Maybe we make some excuse, or maybe there's a natural gas leak.
What is it with you and these natural gas leaks?
I mean,
today?
if we could get underground somehow, start fracking around down there.
Looking at this data on her, does she ever go to meetings outside of her compound, or is it always exclusively meeting inside her compound?
I don't know that that's the kind of information that you'd find in like a tactical briefing for assassination.
Okay.
I mean, assumably she does leave at some point.
Yeah, so God, I just don't feel very good about like us versus all of them.
Well, the point is to speak to her alone. Or maybe with
I mean, how? I mean, Juan Diego is pretty sexy, right?
Yes.
Maybe we do you up with like a bandolier of like dope knives, and you like try to be like, hey, I saw you got a Knife bandolier. I kind of rock that too. Should go sharpen our blades.
Are you saying you want me to seduce her?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, it's your best chance of getting, or our best chance of. I don't think I've got as good a chance, honestly.
Well, that is what you think of me.
Well, girls say I'm too meek, you know.
And then he for the gratuitous shot, he just drops off the leather jacket and like pulls off his shirt and is like no shirt? What shirt?
You're like, I already have a bandolier full of machetes.
Where is this conversation taking place? I'm curious.
I'm assuming on the ship.
All right. I was wondering if you were just stripping in the middle of a marketplace or something.
It could happen, but not this time.
Oh yeah, let's go over the materials again. See if oh shit, what was her name again? Iberia. See if she's in, I don't know, maybe she likes jazz music or she's into birding or something. I'll look for like some personal details in there, Arthur.
All right.
We're gonna have to finesse this.
Interesting.
And check the social medias.
I feel like you get a no check at a +1. I guess you can mark it as no check as assisted.
Assisted by paperwork.
I mean, you had someone collate everything and sort it for you. Now you have to
exact same roll, same numbers, same dice.
Jeez.
You run out of patience fairly quickly. There's a lot of information here, and you just get
These
bored.
are all just retweets. What the hell? Doesn't she have any opinions of her own?
We cut over to Jonas Allers. As you're walking the yard, there's two guys that are betting on a gravity wall rebroadcast. One guy's like, I bet Lancer 3 takes...
Rebroadcast?
Yeah. I mean, remember...
One guy's got like the newspaper.
No, remember that all news has to travel by ship between systems. So... it's not a live game, but it's it's new to the system.
But if you were bringing the news, you could.
Yes. But fortunately, the good thing is that while messages travel at the speed of light, ships do not. So it's really hard to get ahead of the news. They're betting on Lancer taking Tank 2. Lancer 3 taking Tank 2 on the second panel.
What kind of game is this again?
Are you asking for a description of Gravity Wall?
Yeah.
All right. So Gravity Wall is played in space, with a series. It's 3 panels in a triangular shape. So it's like one panel down here and then 2 side panels up here. Each panel has a team of 3 players from each side playing on it. And just like in Quidditch, there's like a main goal that you have to do to finish the game. And then each panel has its own individual score. And when the game ends, when a certain condition is met, the people who have the 2 or 3 victories on their own sub-panels win. Each team has a set of Tank, Lancer, and Ranger, who are... tanks can't attack, Lancers can physically attack other players, and Rangers can only throw tiny balls at each other. And each panel has like an obstacle course on it that's filled with traps that when you press them, changes the gravity on another panel. And so teams try to coordinate with each other to throw their opponents off guard by like suddenly shifting all of the gravity. So they're like, all right, panel 1, get ready, we're gonna hit the button, and then everybody gets jerked like, a half G off and then drop back down.
Okay.
Yeah, Gravity Wall is the most popular sport in the sector.
So I glanced around a little bit. How is anyone watching me closely?
There's probably, it's just like any prison escape movie. There's the one guy with the sniper rifle sitting in a chair with a thin cigarette, who, when you look around, tips his cowboy hat towards you to let you know from the watchtower that he's watching you. But other than that, you're pretty much unguarded here.
I flip him off, obviously.
All right, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you piss off the guy with the sniper rifle?
Yeah. And yeah, so these guys, they're pretty engrossed in the game. I'm guessing there's like they set their knife or their gun down on this table right next to them here.
Do you want to see if you can get that lucky?
A little bit.
All right. Oh boy. Man, you really want to make this a prison escape, huh?
Let's see, so what would I be rolling here?
Sneak.
Sneak. My sneak sucks. And this would be...
This guy has put down on the table next to him a pristine Desert Eagle replica.
Oh, I don't want to try for that.
You're like, a replica? I don't.
You're like, I don't even want the original.
No, but if it's a
weapon
pristine Desert Eagle replica, he's obviously going to care about it, which means he's going to notice that it's missing, which means the first person they're going to go to when it's missing is me.
All right, I'll tell you what. If I'll up the difficulty, if you make a roll and get a higher difficulty, you'll be able to find a weapon in the nearby area that no one will miss.
Okay.
So the difficulty is now a 10.
Okay, and what's my attribute on this?
Dex.
Dex.
So close. So close.
Close. Just cannot win.
These guys are engrossed in talking about Gravity Wall. The battle gets underway. They put like a bunch of side bets down, which is pretty common for people to put bets on how the battle on each panel's going. And then they open up betting on like which tank is going to end up clobbering which other tank.
Okay, so obviously I can't see anything.
It's gonna get worse from here, buddy. I mean, you failed a roll, so you see the Desert Eagle. Your vision zooms in on it, and I feel like we get a whole bunch of technical specs, and you come to the conclusion it's not a good one to steal. You look at the other guy's belt. He's got a mag pistol. In fact, it's your mag pistol.
It's like the manufacturer, the size of the rounds, the value, and then like the emotional value, and that blinks red, and you're like, too high. Okay.
You start reaching for this guy's holster, and you get splattered with mud as a large caliber sniper rifle bullet lands next to your foot. And people in the area like hit the ground and are like screaming. You can see that the guy who's been assigned to watch you is standing up with a smoking barrel, pointing the gun towards you, and just holding it in your general direction. Does not look amused.
I do the stupid thing where your hand reaches out and you do the fake airbrush or the hairbrush. And I just look at him and shrug.
No one falls for it. The guy that you
look at him and shrug a little and just kind of wander off.
No. Oh no, you're not getting at it this easy.
No?
The guy that you tried to steal your mag pistol back from.
9, I can't.
I mean,
bad shit
you were trying to do some dangerous game.
No, I was trying to find something. I wasn't actually trying to take it. This is more of a notice thing.
All right. All that happens is then this guy who you tried to steal the mag pistol from backhands you, and it's just like, filthy slave.
Yes.
Oh, it can talk.
Occasionally, not very well though. So if you have to point something
They
out to me,
ignore you and go back
slowly.
to the Gravity Wall game that's ongoing.
Can I analyze the game and try and figure out who might win?
Ooh, wow, that's a interesting question. Yeah. Do you have a lot of experience with Gravity Wall?
I would say probably not. I grew up in a religious order.
Yeah. And I mean, Gravity Wall's only come up as a sport over the last 5 years.
Yeah, I don't see it on the skill list.
Gravity Wall. I feel like this is probably going to be Notice. To pick up hints as to.
I just keep on picking the worst friggin'.
Just a 6.
It should have been a precog.
Okay, is this an int or a wisdom?
This is probably going to be Intelligence. You need to break down this game.
All right. Fuck.
Nope.
Okay. Now I can't figure it out. I just walk off. Then.
You just
screw it.
You don't even know how the rules work. Like you there's some special scoring system, and you're just like, I don't understand this game. Why are the tanks only standing in the middle circle? Like, why don't they just move out? The guys start talking about rules like baseball. They're just like, yeah, double line in, foul, twice out. Obviously, that's why they can't do that.
No.
You sort of walk away.
I just walk off.
We cut back to Dean and Juan. Maybe it's been a little while. You both have like dirt smudges on your face and maybe a little sweat. There's like a half-finished pile of donuts nearby as you're looking over the map of the compound. For some reason, there's a knife ball on the table.
I've cut some donuts in half and made like donut sandwiches because I prefer like 2 flavors of donut at a time.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
So yeah, I think we I think that that Juan Diego is ready to to try this, and like he's got the leather jacket back on, and he's like got guy liner going on, and his there's like beard oil in his goatee.
Shining.
I may have been spending this entire time that you were dealing with Sid looking for the perfect actor to play Juan Diego and settled on Dave Navarro, and I think it would just be spot on. I found it. I'm going to post the perfect picture that I found in the Discord just for fun. But yeah, I think he's ready to go. And he kind of looks at he kind of like looks over at Dean and is like, how do I look?
Well, I mean, I don't want to be too forward, but you look pretty hot.
I'll take it. Box those up, let's go.
Yeah, I like have a satchel full of knife balls. We've like sent a message requesting a meeting that will take up the offer of the 40.
All right. You're indicated that you should go to a place at a time, and they will send out a jeep to take you to the compound.
Is that time within our?
Yeah. It's like within the
hours.
I mean, it might be. They made power play. It's like, okay.
So the jeep will be there within an hour. Then it's a 4-hour trip out, and then a 4-hour trip back.
Gotcha. Yeah. I guess we'll go.
All right. So they have like a converted Humvee for you. It's the kind of vehicle that you'd want to take cross country on a slaver planet, where you could be randomly attacked. But the inside is, instead of being, like shitty chairs and horribly cramped, it's like a small palace. It's clear you're being catered to, and they've got like a thing of grapes on a pedestal for you, and some like chilled wine set out. The guards make themselves available to you. They're just like, do you need anything before we get on the trip?
Oh, I could definitely use a glass of this wine. I'll just drop a grape in there.
Yeah, so one of them just like pours you a glass of red wine and drops a grape in there.
So yeah, I think Juan Diego will kind of like lean over towards one of the guards and say, I want to make a good impression on her. Do you have any suggestions?
You're asking one of her employee/gang members for insider information.
Wink.
All right. I don't think you need to make a roll for this quite yet.
Okay.
But I'll like chime in. I'm just like, someone comes to do a deal on my ship. They bring some fresh cinnamon rolls. Oh, I melt. Oh, I mean, I'm just putty in their hands.
The guys look at each other, and one of them just like, "I'm sorry, sir. I don't think we have cinnamon rolls on this planet. We can get you some nice.
I just put my hand up. I put my
You
hand.
poor things, no cinnamon rolls.
Perhaps you'd like some sugar flakes.
Oh yeah.
We'll radio ahead and have some sugar flakes waiting for you."
Yeah, great. Is there something she would like? We'd like
Yes,
to
she'd like the knife balls as soon as possible.
Well, that we can comply with.
All right, you get in the Humvee. We cut.
Every time someone says knife ball, I get this funny itch in my hand.
we get a montage of you guys in the convoy drinking wine and eating grapes, and then we cut to the compound. It's a lot like a wooden palisade. It kind of looks like an old Roman fort that they set up along the way. That's manned by 10 guys with laser rifles. Just
Roman fort with laser rifles.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's like a Roman fort, right? But then there's dudes up on like the walkways with laser rifles. There's
Just
no
like
like
an ancient Rome.
yeah. There's tents, and like a small power generator. That's clearly the spike drive of a ship that's been ripped out and then put in the only standing building. There's a lot of theatrical pomp and circumstance to your arrival. You're like driven up to a red carpet, but then they have to like reverse and do it a couple times to get the door aligned. The red carpet leads up to Tiberia, who is wearing old Roman style clothes. She's got on like a weird toga combination with like this huge phoenix hat.
I don't know why, but I'm just picturing like ceremonial music firing up and then dying off every time the car misses.
Yeah, no, that works perfectly. There's a one-man band nearby who just keeps starting and stopping.
Perfect.
I really like it, but they could tighten it up a bit. Oh, hello. Thanks so much for having us come over. We're very excited to meet you.
I'm the warlord Tiberia, and I'm charmed to make your acquaintance, Captain. I assume you have the goods.
Yeah, Captain Fairless. You can call me Dean if you like. And this is Juan Diego.
Juan Diego. And like do like a fancy bow and like hold out a hand for her to place upon it, so I may give it a small kiss.
She looks at your hand with disgust.
I kind of do like just a standard thing. That's okay.
Then he'll stand back up and just let it pass like it was nothing.
Yeah. The knife balls, Captain.
Oh, the knife balls. I mean, the knife balls are one thing, but I mean, that's not all you're interested in, right? You've got feelers going out for runners. You need people bringing in goods from out of system, yeah?
So she takes a breath and holds it for a moment and then says, Captain, did you try to sell me these knife balls so that you could make another deal with me?
Well, it's just that it's such a great opportunity, and I was so felt so lucky when I saw your offer come up.
Like Juan Diego's like just gonna put his hand over your mouth, and then it's like, He did it for me. Well, your offer is less than we would be looking for normally. Your beauty is something that I have heard of and needed to see for myself.
I don't have time for this.
I eat a grape out of my pocket.
This is the most unprofessional meeting I've had all day. Captain, the knife balls, if you please. I have the money here.
All right, just if I could just remember the combination to this ding darn thing here. Let me see. I stall trying to open the.
I mean,
the case.
yeah, you start stalling. It's clear that her temper is rising.
Well,
as her
it's
fists start to
obvious
clench.
that this ploy has not worked. Did we have a backup plan before we left the ship?
What was the first plan? I'm curious.
The first plan was seduce her and kill her in bed, obviously.
I mean,
That was the first plan.
Plan 2 is just kind of to fling the case of balls at
Knife
her.
balls at her?
Plan 2, yeah.
I mean, is that what you're gonna do? You're just gonna like open it and throw knife balls at her?
Very dangerous.
Just one of those random things where none of the knife balls trigger.
I mean, I
and
want to
they
be clear here.
bounce off.
If you fling an open case of knife balls at her, she will definitely die.
Okay.
How many people are around us right now to witness this?
There's just there's just one guard from the Humvee. The other one's still in the driver's seat and can't see you. And the one-man band. You're in. It's an open tent, but because of the way the tent is too low for the people on the Palisades to look down and see you.
The one-man band is a bigger threat than we think. No one should be able to play that many things that well.
How hard would it, just hypothetically speaking, how hard would it be to make it look like an accident that all of the knife balls flew in her face one day?
I know. I was thinking, like, even if I fool everyone there, they still would kill me just for doing it on accident.
That's a pretty reasonable assumption.
So yeah, I don't even fake it. I just, as soon as I can pop it, I wait for a moment, when she's like looking away, and I'm like, boom. Just,
okay. All right.
Table flip these things.
Yeah, only
right
one out of
face.
every 5 goes off, but the 5 or 6 that do hit cover her in knife wounds. She goes down Caesar style, just like bleeding onto her white toga, just like ah!
Oh god.
Her dying gasps aren't that loud because she got hit in the throat with one. You have a few seconds before someone notices that she's, dying. Right now, they just think there was an accident and you tripped and the knife balls fell out.
Yeah.
So, how loud is a laser pistol?
Not very loud, actually.
How loud is a brain pistol?
I mean,
what is a brain pistol?
My brain bullets. I don't think they make any noise.
No, they don't
right?
make any noise at all.
Okay, I start brain shooting people right away.
Which people are you brain shooting?
We'll start with the guy with a gun.
I don't know. The one man could make the most noise.
Yes, he could.
That's a pretty good point. I mean, do you want to I think as soon as you make that move, Juan Diego pulls his gun, is going to shoot the guard. Then you can brain bullet the other guy.
All right, let's make some rolls.
So I feel compelled to ask, just how close was Tiberia to retirement?
Tiberia was never going to retire. She was going to rule this planet with an iron claw.
Until she died.
Like all emperors and empresses.
Of course. So
brain bullets? No modifiers, right?
That's mind bullets. It's telekinesis, Kyle. Nope. You need a
9?
10 to shoot the one-man band, and you miss.
Damn it.
So I feel like this is Matrix style. You like dive, point your fingers at the guy, like the mud around him begins exploding as your mind bullets land near him, but he just looks around and is like, what's happening?
All right, laser pistol to this.
Little
guard.
blood out the nose. Just like, ah.
All
Yep.
right, ready,
You
steady,
need a
go.
13.
Oh God,
Nope.
why am I? What is wrong with me?
All right. Let's
Dice.
roll for initiative.
Okay, well,
Our
that's...
rolls are so fantastic. It's almost like I'm cursed.
Sid.
You'll have at least one person act before them, so you could still keep this quiet.
All right, let's do it. Let's murder some dudes.
Where the heck is my initiative?
You both act before them. If you get really, really lucky, you can pull this off.
Who goes first? The
You.
lowest?
You.
Oh, I go first. Okay, great. Okay, well then I'll go for the guy with the I don't suppose I know the initiative as a player
No, you don't.
character. No.
You're like, I'll
Then I
go
sup-
for the guy that's acting first.
Well, if one of them was obviously like
They're all
already
acting on
had-
the same
yeah.
time.
Okay, so it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try to take care of this one man band guy. For some reason, I got a bad feeling about him.
Because you read Foundation. Yep, he's super fucking dead.
Yeah,
That's
10
like
damage.
That's impressive.
You hit this guy with a mind bullet, and his face just like it's gone.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
gone.
a little surprised. I'm like, oh wow,
Let's see if that
that's
distracts me
effective.
so much that I can't shoot this other guy.
All right, you need a 13.
All right, come on.
Wow.
18.
All right,
Yeah.
you take out both guards that are nearby. There's still the guard in the Humvee, but he hasn't noticed anything's wrong yet. So you las pistol the guard by the Humvee, the second guard, and his arm like explodes from all of the water in his arm being superheated and passes out from the pain and slumps down beside the Humvee. And you can hear the guard inside that's just like, oh, they're ready to go already?
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Can I snag the crud stick that she was going to pay us with? And then we
Yep.
just walk out like we did the deal and everything's
right.
fine.
Okay.
You should collect the balls.
No, fuck those balls.
I'm not touching those balls.
All right, so after about 30 minutes, you can see in the front cabin that the guard is getting a call on the radio.
Like, well, we were just gonna after we've been gone for 30 minutes on the way back.
Like we're on the way back. He's
So it's a
getting call on the
4-hour.
radio.
Remember, it's a 4-hour car ride either way.
We're pretty far away.
Yeah, you're about half an hour out of the compound when he's getting like a radio call.
So is there like a glass between us? Or
Yeah. It's one of those, like limo things where you can pull it out of the way.
So yeah, like as soon as I hear the phone thing ringing, I knock on the thing with my laser pistol.
Yep.
And I'm like, you do not want to answer that.
Oh, you're gonna try to threaten him?
Yeah, fuck it.
All right.
Like, no, we recognize the number. It's a crank call.
Make a talk roll with your strength score and take an assist on it.
With my strength score?
Yes, you're trying to intimidate him.
Assisted. My numlog's not on. Okay. Go. 9.
All right, so he's reaching for the radio as you do that, and you hear someone that's like, "The Empress is dead. Tiberia is down. Where are the merchants? There's knife balls everywhere."
There's knife balls everywhere. Oh God, my hand!
The guy's like reaching for it, and then like sees your las pistol like pointed at him through the window. You can tell he's doing the calculations in his mind, like how long will that glass hold out before it, shatters inwardly and I die. And he starts slowing the car down and pulls his hand away from the radio. And is just like, "All right, how are we doing this then?"
It's up to you. You can walk home, or you can drop us off like nothing happened and take the car for yourself.
It's a good car. He starts picking speed up again.
He
right.
pats the dashboard. It's a good car, mine now.
All right, yeah, sweet.
He doesn't drop you off at your ship. He just drives you directly to the Ori Emo
Sure.
Sorry, the Ori.
Okay.
Because he's just like, yep, I'm signing up with these guys.
Wait.
It's
Good, we
like,
have-
on the way, he just asks if we can look over his resume real quick for errors.
That might be a thing that actually happens.
Yes, roll the administrator to
Because
follow
he's just like, hey, listen, I'm just like a driver. I pledged lifelong loyalty to the Empress, but now that she's dead, lifelong loyalty.
Was that her life or your life? Did they specify? Or
I mean, it's hard to be loyal to someone who's already dead, right? And I'm not into the whole get buried with her thing, so I'm just looking to get rehired. If you could just give me some pro tips real quick.
yeah, well, these guys are pretty rough and tumble, so you want to act real tough most of the time, but respectful at the same time, which is tough.
Do you have?
Don't let them push you around, but don't be a dick.
Did he have one of those? One of the pistols too?
He's got laser rifle.
A laser rifle? Yeah, and I kind of say kind of point at that and said that'll look good on your resume.
Yeah, they were.
What I'm looking on my resume is the fact that I own and can maintain a rifle.
Yes.
Yeah, they're really into laser rifles. They're stoked on them. So if you're I'm trained in and use and care for these, you'll get on the team. Don't worry, buddy.
So I feel like we leave this hapless guard at the front door. We cut through all the bullshit of travel and enter the throne room where someone is pushing Jonas out in front, and cutting some. I assume they plastic handcuffed him after he tried to take a weapon. They're cutting it off. The Kargoth is just like, you've completed your side of the bargain.
Oh, Jonas, there you are. I need to put a goddamn pet tracker on you or something.
I can sell you one of those. Actually, he's already got one. I'll give you the frequency.
Oh, great. Yeah, just send it to me in a mail or whatever. So, yeah, it was a pleasure doing business with you, I guess.
Do not try to pull this bullshit again.
You are going to dictate terms to me?
Well, we're just even, square, even Stevens, right? I mean, straight across trade, one his life for her death. We're
You've
square,
got
okay?
23 hours before Captain Rod shows up.
Thank you again for that.
Yeah, how do you know that anyways? Are you pals or just keep track of everything?
He was a good slaver. Brought me in the premium quality crop. And he really wanted to get his hands on Jonas Allers. Willing to pay top dollar.
For
Everyone
Jonas.
seems to like me for some reason. I don't know why. I'm kind of a dick.
Yeah, why?
When you say that, he's
popular?
like, he was intending to hold you hostage to find the rest of your crew. Seems he's got a bit of a grudge because you're a marooning son of a bitch.
God, well, now he knows exactly how well that works. This is kind of bad.
Oh, I need my pistol back. That'd be great.
So one of the guards is just like, pistol? What pistol? You didn't come in with anything. And slaps him. But the lizard man is so much stronger than a regular human that the guy is propelled 4 foot sideways. And O is just like, what kind of pistol did you have?
Oh, it was a mag pistol. It's right there on his hip.
Are you just pointing to a random person, or are you pointing to the actual guy?
The actual guy.
All right. So I guess those two gamblers are in the back of the hall, still betting on new gravity wall scores. And that guy is just like, what? I bought this fair and square. You can't have it. Hey, you tried to steal this thing from me earlier.
Yes, I did. And it is mine. So I'd like it back, please.
The warlords just says, I'll reimburse you.
Kind of need it.
He turns to the guy and says, "I'll reimburse you." We cut to
He'll
the scene.
reimburse somebody.
We cut to the scene of the three of you walking away, and there's a
Oh,
very
before I left.
conspicuous mag pistol on your hip.
It's like before we left, it's like,
I'm still not wearing a shirt.
as far as Warlord compounds go, I give it a solid 4.5 out of 5 stars. I will definitely tell my friends about you. Thank you much, Mr. O. Pleasure doing business with you. Have a great week. I'll leave a review on Space Yelp.
I feel like you're trying to be played in the movie version of this show by like some 90s comedian.
90s comedian?
I don't know. You just feel like your character feels very 90s based.
I mean, I almost feel a little bit of Chris Farley or something out of there.
Wow.
I guess if it's Chris Farley, he farts as he's walking out of the ship.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, you finally lost your knife balls, but you picked up 40,000 credits instead, which is still an unsuccessful trade.
Good deal, yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
You saved your crew member.
That's good for something, right?
Yeah, you've got. I mean, right? I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are we trying to stay one jump ahead of Rod, or are we waiting around to try to take care of it? What do you think?
Well, he did have me taken captive. I don't take very kindly to that. And he has no problem with slavery. And I don't take too kindly to that either. So it's up to you.
Well, I mean, it seems like this is a place where we could get pretty rough and tumble and no one's going to look twice, right?
There are no police here.
There are no police here.
There were literally 2 pirate fights on your journey inbound.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, earlier they took you and I was asking around and they were pretty much like, if someone gets you, then you're theirs. It's pretty rough.
To be honest, for all of the pain and hardship that those people inflict on the populace of this planet, I wouldn't mind glassing that entire compound.
I'm afraid everyone is like this. I don't want to kill an entire planet.
So this planet has billions of people, and this particular compound has maybe thousands of people on it. It's not that you couldn't kill everyone on the planet; it just would take you a while.
My suggestion was that if this dude is worth killing everybody in the compound over, then we just got to kill everybody, because it's like this everywhere.
No, I'm not saying
we need a
kill
Death
him.
Star.
I'm not saying kill him. That's, I mean, if you kill someone, then how are they going to learn their lesson? No, just destroy the compound.
Well, if they're in the compound, they're going to die.
Well, give them warning first.
I don't think it works like that.
Well, I mean,
we're going to start firing on your compound in 7 minutes. You have that.
All of you there, back away, or we will blow a hole in this tiny moon.
Question: how secure is our ship? Like, could someone just roll up and start blasting on it from their ship, like flying?
Yeah. So if they're in the upper atmosphere, they can like nuke you from orbit. Yep. And since you're not moving, you'll basically die instantly.
All right. Well, we have an alert set up for if his ship gets inbound. Why don't we get in the sky and bring it?
It is already inbound. We already got that alert.
Yep, they're on their way.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go.
Oh, so the guy who took me captive is here. We should probably go say hello.
Or we can just leave.
So they're inbound with a trio of ships.
That works too.
2 strike fighters.
Trio of ships.
2 strike fighters and 1 shuttle, unarmed shuttle.
Okay, so 2 fighting ships, 1 shuttle.
All right, so you guys are going to try to outrun them?
Yeah, that was 2 votes for outrunning, so that's what
we have our cargo, right?
We have like whatever the 6 or 8 slaves that we were
7 or 8.
Yeah, you if you want to cash in your slaves, let's see here. Current cargo. Take off the knife balls because it's gone. Still have your astronautic tools. Where's the thing? Current currencies. Nope, that's not it. Did anyone write down how much money you made last session?
Yeah. Our current hold on, so we have currently 7,500 slave credits.
All right, so that's enough that if you wanted to cash out in actual credits, someone would pay you that for the title of the slaves that you're holding.
Yeah, but we need to take the slaves with us because
no. So the people on Biatra want to buy a unit of slaves, like a whole passel bunch of slaves.
Gotcha. Well, with the 40,000 credits we just got, we can afford that, but it takes a week.
It takes a week, yes.
We don't have that kind of time.
It's rough. It's rough. Decisions.
I recommend we take the slaves and then free them.
I mean, are you recommending we just steal the slaves?
You can just take the slaves that you own and then jump them to another system and let them off, I think is what he's suggesting.
Yeah. I mean, if we can't get enough to make a full run, you mean? Like just...
it's not okay for them to own slaves, Chad. It's just that slaves are the currency on this planet.
I mean, slavery...
You get paid in slaves, so you can get rid of them.
And we obviously can't save everyone, but there are some that we can.
Wow, what a moral argument.
Right?
Sid has learned nothing from being a slave. He's the one arguing that they should be released.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, no, me and Juan Diego are like, well, if we could just get a couple more, we could really line our pockets.
The problem, okay, so it comes down to this: we can leave without the slaves that we were supposed to get for
one of your other jobs.
Yep. One of our jobs, or we can fight this dude.
3 ships.
And we can't easily hide our ship, like...
No, you can attempt to do that.
Bunker or something.
Oh, an underground bunker? That's an interesting... Fee. Yeah. That would be possible if you could find someone with an underground bunker that would take you in.
Plus, they did mention that I'm tagged. Not very happy about that, but that would probably make hiding very difficult.
Right. Well, it would also make...
I mean, if you go to your ship's auto doctor, you can get it removed.
Oh, absolutely. If that's an option.
No.
Can we just get the frequency changed so that we know what it is?
But no, you cannot. Not a chance in hell. No.
And then also lie to you and say that you removed it.
Look, we'll definitely remove it soon. I promise. But I think we could use it as a tool for luring in old Rodney there. You know.
The sirens call.
We find an underground bunker, and then we put you in like a bar somewhere, and we hide in the shadows, wait for him to come in.
So you want to use me as bait?
Yeah, I guess.
That is what he said, yes.
Yeah.
I'll do it if we free the slaves.
All right, we take care of him, we wait, and as soon as we get our payment that we're owed, we take him off planet and set him out.
You're supposed to be taking we're going to be taking the unit of slaves over to your home AIs, whatever. So much money. We can take them too. We just take everyone.
All right. We'll take as much time as we need so that we can take care of this Rusty Rodney business and then get a full shipment off of this dirty planet and get them back into freedom, eh? Is everyone fine with that?
All right.
Okay, good.
So best chance to do the most good.
We see a scene of wooden logs in the mud being laid down so that people can, with ropes, drag your ship into an underground bunker.
Jesus.
It's like building the pyramids level shit.
It's a day job.
And then we cut to
I'll be like out there giving people water.
we cut to a bar, and the name of that bar is the Crossed Arrow. It looks like your typical Western saloon on the outside, and inside it's like a weird mix of futuristic high-tech drink dispensaries that are half broken, and like native patterned chair cloth covers. Everything in here looks like someone who's really concerned about their furniture being sticky or used improperly. There's like
A lot of
educational
posters everywhere.
yeah, and there's educational posters that are teaching people manners. They're don't hit someone with a bottle, etc. The bartender looks like she could be everyone's grandmother. And when Jonas Allers, I guess you're in the open, right? You're the decoy.
Mm-hmm.
Where are Juan Diego and Dean Fairless during this?
I feel like decoy isn't accurate unless we have an inflatable one of him.
This isn't Metal Gear.
Just sitting at the bar perfectly still.
I mean, I figure we're probably like in a dark, shady booth or something, like where we've got eyes on him.
All right, interesting. I'd like you to make a stealth check now.
Okie dokie.
Whoever's got the better one can make the check, and with an assist from the other.
I have a -1. Do you have anything?
Sneak is also -1, unless you have a bonus to whatever stat it would be.
Dex.
Which
I think it'd be wisdom for this. Yeah.
I have a +0 wisdom.
I have 0.
I have a +1 in Dex, but wisdom 0. So it's just going to be straight. You feeling lucky?
I'm feeling lucky. Let's do it.
Okay, roll it.
Oh, that reminds me. Virgil, when you roll for psychic stuff, you roll with either wisdom or constitution, not with your charisma.
Constitution?
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was a specific thing I took.
Yeah, you pick one or the other. Okay, wow, that's a really good roll, a 9.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is that for the assist or?
No, I mean when you assist now, you just assist. You don't have to roll for it.
Oh.
So,
I didn't say it was assisted, so if it was supposed to be
okay, then it's a 10.
better. Yeah, it's
All
really
right.
good.
Nice.
Okay, so that doesn't actually change.
Captain Rusty Rod comes in with cyber peg leg. I feel like we know it's a cyber peg leg because as he walks into the bar, it looks like he's wearing a shoe, right? And then when he gets in, it folds itself back into peg leg mode. Because he doesn't want to get the floor dirty with all the mud on his boot.
Of course.
4 guys fan out around him and take up casual but obviously menacing positions as Rod goes to sit next to Jonas.
Rusty Rod. Why do they call you that? What about you is rusty?
It's my dick. Got the STDs.
I
was supposed to find you in manacles in a place that's easy to find, and here I have to track you down in the crossed arrows at the edge of a spaceport.
Well, what can I say? I'm just a likable type of fellow, and people just don't want to do bad things to me. Except for you.
He's just like, there's all kinds of bad things I want to do to you. Where's the rest of your crew?
Can we hear this conversation?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Virgil's like, all right. I immediately snark from the corner, giving up my stealth position to get a sneak attack on my talk roll.
It's like, I had assumed they'd sold me to that Mr. O. Boss O.
I think he prefers Warlord.
Warlord, formerly known as O. Not quite sure how he wants to be referred. Oh, you know O. Everybody knows O. Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I was really hoping that you would be around your friends so that I could take you all in all at once. But
take us all in where?
Well, you see, the thing is, I'm a little upset that you stole my ship.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with that.
I think he probably backhands you pretty hard.
Okay. Well, I've been looking at these guys. I want to try to take down some of these guards. Do any of them have like I'm looking if any of them have something severe on them, like a bandolier of grenades or a small tactical briefcase nuke or anything like that.
None of them have a briefcase nuke for sure.
Don't shoot briefcase nukes.
I'll tell you what. All of them have at least one stun grenade.
Ooh, okay.
So if you want to set off one of their stun grenades,
yeah, that's pretty
no
good
roll.
Start.
You'll just take out 2 of them immediately.
Yeah, so I mind pluck the pin.
So the 2 guys are pretending to be in a conversation about Gravity Wall, but are obviously watching Jonas. And then it's like everyone in the room is silent in the one moment where the pin hits the floor, and everyone's like, what was that noise? And then there's like a whoa, 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 as the high-tech grenade goes off. These 2 guys are tossed out of their chairs. The chairs shatter into splinters of wood. These guys hit the wall and both fall down. The remaining 2 guards and the captain both, stand up and shout and begin drawing weapons. Juan, what are you doing during this time? Since it doesn't sound like Dean gave you a heads up.
Yeah, like I don't think that that Juan was ready for this. He's been listening to the conversation, but like the plan is to to basically get him in an alley or something. At least that's what Juan thought.
That plan is over.
That plan is super duper over. So I guess I'm gonna need to quick draw and shoot somebody because apparently that's what I do these days.
And did Rusty Rod turn his back to me when the grenade went off?
I definitely not his back, but he's not completely facing you. Why? You want to do something?
He was gonna make a face at his back, like a really mean
right here. Like,
all right,
yeah,
we'll see how this goes. Let's see, Gunslinger. Gain shoot as a bonus skill. You can draw on turn action. Okay, let's roll initiative. And if you act before him, you can try to intimidate him with a gun to the throat.
That sounds pretty good.
Well, that's a good initiative roll, Juan.
I'm looking for initiative, actually. Don't know where it is on the dang character sheet.
It's under combat. It's the only thing under combat, apparently.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
There's also a section
again.
for weapons under combat, but you have mind bullets instead.
I have bad news for you. Captain Rod's acting first.
That's a shame.
Shit.
Well, then I won't do anything because he's going first.
Dean got another 6, and Jonas has a 4. And there's an awful lot of combat for this night. All right, so we've got a pair of guards and Captain Rod, your old nemesis. He's going to spend his turn making a snapshot at Jonas and running outside. So as soon as the grenade goes off, he kicks the bar stool out from Jonas, which slows you down, acting in the initiative order. So this is how he goes first. And he whips out a pistol from underneath his coat and begins like shooting at you over his shoulder while running away. Let's see here. He's got a +3. What's your AC? I can't hear you.
Muted.
It's 13.
Oh, he super duper shoots you real bad. And you will probably die. You take 4 points of damage.
Ow.
How you doing?
I have 2 hit points left.
So you have to duck and dive. You hit your head on the bar in the process. Getting out of the chair, untumbling yourself. You can see that your clothes, there's like near bullet hole wounds where scratches have come down. There's blood coming from your temple. Things are not going well for you in the start. Rod dashes outside the bar. The Western style doors do a flippy thingy. Juan, what are you doing?
I want to push the is it possible to push this table over, or is it like bolted down or whatever?
Yeah, I feel like you could push it over. It's definitely a bar fight.
I feel like push over the table, and I'm gonna take a shot at Rod as like through the door. Like I've got an energy pistol.
I mean, you literally can't see him. He's gone. If you want to chase him down, you're gonna have to run after him.
Question:
Do what?
Or a window? Can we like just roll backwards?
There is a back door, but he went out the front door.
I know.
All right. There is a back door.
If I can get eyes on him, then I can shoot him.
Okay.
And I don't want to walk. I don't want to run through that mess.
You don't want to run through the whole establishment.
You don't want to run the gauntlet.
Yeah. So it's like push over the table and then like crouch run out the back door.
Interesting. All right. So you are not going to be able to catch him this turn, but you can try to travel parallel with him and see if you catch onto him.
That's the plan.
All right. No roll needed here. Dean.
Yeah. So I'm starting to.
So Jonas is bleeding, and Juan is gone, and now it's you and two goons.
It's fine. It's fine. I got these guys.
You're like, this is fine.
They each have stun grenades. Just do it again.
I give them the death look. I don't know. It's going to be harder though because I'm going to have to actually make a.
You're going to have to make a roll because they're not
telekinesis
surprised.
Roll.
Yep. That's mine bullets.
Which I think. God, I actually haven't done the math. I have no idea what's more effective. But I suppose I could take two of them out, so it'd be worth it. I'm gonna try it. I concentrate, try to focus on nothing but the tiny little pin holding it together.
Right. So he's gonna make a physical effects.
You hear the Star Wars theme start to play.
Nope. You pull the pin on the grenade, and the guy's just like, "Oh shh," and then like, it's literally. I feel like this whole fight is like a weird Eurobeat trance that keeps getting punctuated by the dubstep of this grenade going off as the sonic blaster just rips this dude's mind apart. He's just like, both of them have like blood running out their noses and ears and foam in their mouths. Yeah. So Jonas, Granny is like screaming at you because you've now, the three of you have destroyed her place. You've taken out.
I haven't even done anything.
She's just like, do you have any idea how much those replica chairs cost? That kind of sequins, that lace. Yeah, you better get back here and pay your tab.
I will be returning in a few moments.
Okay, so you're running where?
I'm gonna run after him. I want to try and take a shot at him.
All right, you skid out the door, Cowboy Bebop style. You're looking to get a 14. Nope.
No, because God forbid I ever actually roll something worthwhile.
You slide out the door, and in the time it takes you to line up the shot, he's like pushed people in the line of fire. It takes you longer to shoot, and your mag pistol going off in the middle of this spaceport. Everybody's just like ducking and diving. People are like, no, jumping in the mud. I feel like there's a VIP.
Throwing people in the way, then I like fire a shot in the air to get people to clear out.
Yeah, there's a VIP going by smoking a hookah, and like someone jumps in the way. It's like, Mr. President! The guards are all unconscious. Captain Rod is going to return fire with his shotgun. So he drops the pistol that he used to shoot you previously and pulls out like a old style double barrel shotgun. Does the break, stuffs some rounds in, turns around, aims it at you, fires, and then keeps running. So let's see here. He's better with the shotgun, and you're literally in exactly range for the shotgun. So
That's not good.
I don't think 11's gonna hit though.
No.
All right, so he just opens fire in a crowded marketplace with 2 barrels of buckshot. A lot of people get
hit something.
Yeah, a lot of people get hit. All of the windows on the front side of the crossed arrows just shatter. People are screaming.
Do the straight stiff right behind a lamppost. Ding 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 ding.
He turns and keeps running, getting further and further away from you. Juan, you briefly saw him through an alleyway as he ran past.
Can I shoot him?
Sure.
All right, we're gonna shoot him. All right, Mari, you're my good luck dog. You ready? Go.
Now we got good luck. Yes, you do hit him, but it's
One
nowhere
damage.
near enough to put him down.
Oh. I'm gonna keep running.
You snap off a shot at him, and probably it passes right in front of him, and we see him get like a sunburn on his face. He like comes up short as the laser beam's like shh. He keeps running. Dean. Now you've got an angry granny screaming at you about the duvet.
Look, I'll pay for the duvet. Just don't stop yelling at me. You're making me real nervous. I first of all will take the 2 stun grenades that haven't been set off, and start looking for money to pay this granny off in these guys' pockets.
Okay, you start looting them. All right,
Yeah.
Dean Fairless, doing the Lord's work here. Make a d20 roll real quick. I want to see how lucky you are, whether you find enough to pay for these damages or whether it's being paid out of pocket. Oh yeah, they've got a fair bit of currency
so I'm just like
on them.
throwing chips out of their directly out of their pockets like up under the bar.
Jonas.
Yeah, after narrowly dodging that shotgun blast, I'm a little bit more loath to chase after this guy. So I'm gonna go limp back into the bar and sit down and like inspect my armor and the wound. ask for a clean cloth or something.
All right, Captain Rod continues to
And a
escape.
tea.
Juan,
Can I get him?
if you go after him, he'll have a shot on you.
No, it's a duel.
Unless I kill him first.
No, he'll definitely get a shot first.
Oh.
The question is, do you want to chase down a man with a shotgun alone?
How many hit points do you have?
4.
Juan's like, enough. I've got enough hit points.
This many.
I don't.
All right, Dora the Explorer.
Activity.
If you can say this many and show on your hands how much HP you have, that's not a lot of HP.
Oh boy.
I have as many.
My dog understands the number of HP that I have.
So I think after I missed that shot, it's like, damn, I have to let him go. Fucking hate that guy.
You didn't miss your shot. You did wound him.
So yeah,
I mean-
Captain Rod lives again, and I think the 3 of you just limp back in the bar and get some basic medical care from Granny as you continue to slug down some shots on the boy's currency.
I will apologize profusely.
We'll try to get out of here before they wake up, though.
Well, obviously, you don't want to have them wake up and be like,
not-
"Hey, you stole our money, and we're supposed to kill you."
Yeah, Granny has that money now, but there's nothing I can do about it. No, yeah, we GTFO after we
Take
get
your
like
weapon.
some band.
Take everything of
just-
value the guards have.
Okay. Everything of value.
Everything of value.
Everything.
Like if they
of
have a
value?
cybernetic arm, I want the arm.
No,
No.
none of them have cybernetic arms. Sorry.
Put the
like-
kibosh on that one.
Yeah.
Killing people's
I don't
arms.
have time to disassemble. We're going to do a what I like to call a flesh disassemble.
3 of them have submachine guns. 1 has a combat rifle, and they all have what's that armor type called?
I don't know.
Whatever the one that gives them 13 armor is.
It's probably the same as mine then, which is the scrolling. Come on.
Yeah, trust me, scrolling is the thing I'm doing right now.
Secure clothing.
Step up from
No,
that.
they have armored vac suits.
So if someone throws a stun grenade,
Armored
Oh.
vac suits.
Yep.
Really?
They live
How many?
in
4?
ships. Yes. The fact that none of you wear vac suits is troubling.
yeah. But now we have some.
I mean,
They've been shot a couple times, but yeah,
Oh.
you can get them
have a
resized.
I can work on fixing those
armored
up.
vac suit.
Yeah, no, that would be awesome to have a vac suit.
No, I want
Uh,
to start taking stuff like this so we can start building up our armory on the ship. So,
Good idea. So a stun grenade, Arthur, if like let's say Sid was to throw that, or Jonas rather, was to throw one, then someone else would have to make a physical effect save versus that?
Yes.
Or would so it sounds to me like that doesn't involve you failing a roll. So I give you the 2 stun grenades.
sweet. Done.
Smart.
These guys be smartasses to each other. And that's a great place to take our break.
Sure.
We'll be back in about 7 minutes for the second half and figure out what crazy hijinks will happen next. Captain Rod will ride again, however.
Yeah, I guess.